guys, I'm Alisa.
And I'm Natassia.
And we were wondering,
Are you free for coffee?
welcome.
Okay, y'all. We have opinions on this whole Keke Palmer outfit, Usher. What are they
baby
calling
daddy,
it?
baby
Usher
daddy.
Gate? This Usher Gate situation.
So by now you've heard, or maybe you haven't, and we're gonna review a little bit.
Catch you up to speed.
So Keke Palmer had a baby recently. Is he maybe 6 months old?
I
Something
don't
like
even
that.
think he's that old yet.
So this is kind of her getting back. You know, after you have a baby, you've been home, you haven't been anywhere, you're nursing, you're all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So she went to see Usher. He has a residency in Vegas that everybody's going to. Patti LaBelle,
Yes.
the Kardashians, everybody's gone. So she went with her girlfriends, left the baby daddy at home. The baby daddy is not famous, y'all. I don't know how she knows him, how they got together. I'm not really sure about that story. But she wore a sexy dress, which everybody looks like they did to Usher.
Yes.
If you have not seen it, let me describe it to you. It's like a one-piece black bathing suit, kind of low, like a thong, with a sheer dress over it. Y'all have seen people do that.
Yes.
Kris Jenner even had one on the other day.
Yes.
It's kind of a style trend. And it's black, so it doesn't show what it could show.
Right.
Like
and
if
the
it was
cover is long sleeve, high neck.
right,
It's
long,
it's mesh. It's not lace.
maxi.
It's yes.
Yeah, and it's a polka dot little thing, so
Yes.
it's not just like you see everything. It's kind of
If you run or go walking, you have seen people jogging in less.
right.
I'm going to be honest. I've seen people in
So
less.
Usher called her on stage and they're dancing, and there was a picture of them hugging. It was a side hug,
Guys.
church hug.
I was going to say church hug.
Nothing, titillating about it. So the baby daddy's name is Darius Jackson. So he tweeted a video of Keke and Usher hugging, and he wrote, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." Okay. So everybody just
Obliterated
went for him.
Yes.
With that, like, why are you
Shaming the
her?
mother of your child?
It was
Why are you shaming anyone?
Right, about what she's wearing. So he doubled down instead of apologizing and just, cleaning it up. And he wrote, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." That's verbatim. I'm quoting.
Yes.
Those are his words.
Those are his words.
So,
Y'all, first off, she's not your wife. First off, she is not your
Right.
wife.
that's the first thing I thought of.
So maybe don't use
clause.
moral. Right.
The moral clause, because now I'm of a generation, they don't do it so much anymore, but in very recent times, there was a lot of professions where you sign morality clauses.
They do. There are
Teachers,
schools that still do it.
just different professions, depending on who you work for. If you had a baby out of wedlock, if you were accused of adultery, if there was any kind of gossip around you, you could lose your job.
Yes.
So I don't make the rules. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what it is. So for him to cite morality in it was really hypocritical.
Very. And then you're lying at the beginning of the statement because you said wife. This is not your wife. You only use the term wife because you were going to later do your little morality clause. And it is none of that, sir. It's none of that.
And
read the
morals,
room.
my representation, that, when they start saying my, that's a problem. That's a problem. There's going to be situation there. So I kind of did a deep dive. I remember Keke. I still think of her Aquila in the Bee, so it's been a minute. So I had to kind of go back and see, as a young woman, what she's about, what she's wearing. And she kind of wears little sexy things, nothing inappropriate. I didn't she's not ratchet with it, but she's a young, sexy young woman. She ought to be able to wear things like that. So, my thing, if that's what she wears and you've seen her wear sexy things, what's the problem? This is not a new thing for her. How she dresses. Correct. Sometimes, not all the time, but when they go out, different things, she is sexy. There were pictures of them together and she's wearing low cut. And I mean, that's just what she does. So I'm thinking, so are you upset because you're not there?
Right.
Or you're upset? Why are you upset? Because she's done this before. Right. With you. And you were smiling.
So listen.
Enjoying the view. So yes. I didn't understand that. And then the thing, you're a mom. Moms can be sexy. That's how they became moms. Most of the time.
I was just about to say, you were there when the sex and sexy happened. And that's how you all had a child.
So that was kind of, you're a mom though. Really? Moms can't be sexy?
Some of us, not everyone, I'm not one of them, y'all. But some of us, you give birth. And you just fill out. I have a friend. Her son was huge. My friend is tiny. She's a nurse. She's probably 5 foot, maybe. I mean, just really, really tiny. Her tummy looked like it was further out than her height. She's so small. And so she has this huge, 9-10 pound baby. And for the first time in her life, she has a chest. And she was like, girl, I didn't like the pain of breastfeeding, but baby, I could keep these things. She was like, I now feel like you. I see what this is. And I think that's some of Keke's. And when you have a baby, it's fucking hard. I don't care how you give birth. It's hard. So if she's enjoying it, let those things hang out. Let her do what she's doing, because that's how y'all got the baby.
Right. And it's an empowering experience to have a baby, because you really do realize you can do hard things.
Really hard things.
So that's an empowering thing, and you feel a certain sense of self.
After giving birth?
Yes, you get, and for her to get back her body, and she's got boobs, and
I mean, it's
she
Keke
looks
2.0.
great.
She does.
She looks great.
Yes.
So for him to say it, and it's hurtful when anybody says mean things to you, but when your significant other says it, it just, wow.
Yes. And you know what? Read the damn room. Since when do we post publicly? You couldn't just text her? You couldn't tell her when she got home? You really needed to post publicly?
Yeah, that was a problem. I should look this up. What is it? The free hugs, moms that give hugs for gay people, their parents.
They go to pride events,
ostracize them. Yeah. So there's parents that step up and we love you, we accept you. There needs to be an organization, y'all. I might start one for Black mama advice. Yes. Okay. White mamas might not
your Black
give
mama,
but Black mamas will give you advice.
We need to do it.
.com. I'm going to start one because when you think about some crazy stuff like this, you need to call blackmama.com and I will tell you set up a little what your white mama wants.
Listen.
Number one, count to 10. Go somewhere and sit down, count to 10. This is the mother of your child. Do you really want to say something like this?
Publicly.
Really? Now, feelings are feelings. Now, he might have been feeling some kind of way about her looking like this and he wasn't there and another guy is giving her attention and he was jealous. I'm just speculating because he didn't say. I'm just guessing. But cool down a little bit and let's talk about it. As a partner, women need you to be validating. She just had a baby.
Just had your baby.
You should be the one. Wow, you look great.
Right.
You are really rocking it. I feel some kind of way about you rocking it with another guy, and I'm not there, but you look great.
Right.
So there could have been a way that he got his point across and he cleaned it up instead of just being so shaming her, trying to shame her. And it just wasn't a good look.
It's not a good look.
It just wasn't a good look. And the argument was all wrong. The morality, my standards,
my representation.
Represent what? What are you representing?
She ain't a representative of you.
Right. You have no brand. You know, that I know of. I ain't seen one of you.
AskYourBlackMama.com.
Ask you, really. Email us. I would have saved
Are you free for coffee at gmail.com?
I would have saved you the heartache. You and Dwayne, because the mind. Because both of them use that mind. My house, my representation,
because I promise you, when you go somewhere, it's our. Because you ain't got Keke Palmer money. I said it.
Right.
I said it.
And
I said it, y'all.
If you did, if you're together like that, it's still an our situation.
That's true. But he does not.
Right.
So I want to, and to me, she is young. She just had a baby. She's out with her girls. You were at an Usher concert. If you have ever seen Usher, he is sensual. He has been sensual since.
Sexy.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. He's a sexy guy. And he serenades. He does all this stuff. This is on brand for him. This is on brand for her. And this really goes back to, you want the perks, but you don't want the pain. This is dating someone who is famous.
Right.
Because she is known all over the internet, like for her social medias and stuff. So she has to record. She has to go. This is part of her income. This is her job.
Presence.
Yes.
Go places, do things.
And let me tell you something. When we were in Vegas, I done seen some people get on stage with Usher, baby. She was side hugging, and it was not. I just expected more of a show. I'm going to tell y'all. I went to look it up, and I was like,
"It was so.
This
mild.
Is what you're mad about?"
It was so mild. It really wasn't even a thing.
Yes,
and I think you would want this for her. Like, you've been home with a baby. And all of y'all listening that have done that, you know how isolating it is.
Yes,
you just kind of hunker down, and you lose track of the days and the time.
Yes,
and, I mean it's a whole situation.
And then you feel guilty when you leave. I remember needing a break with Scarlett, and I needed a break. We're at my husband's parents' house. I can trust them with my kid through and through. We get outside. I get towards the car, and my face is just covered. Cedric looks at me. We're going to his sister's birthday party. Okay, this is like the whole family thing. And I'm just like, a mess. I'm a mess. All of a sudden, I'm covered. My face is covered in tears. He's like, baby. I was like, ah! I mean, it was just done. Yeah. And he was like, but baby, you said you wanted to break. They've got milk. They fed, they've done all this stuff. His mama wiped my ass after I gave birth. Okay, this is who took care of me. So clearly you can take care of the baby. And she would come to our house every single day, cook me food, help me, don't lift this, don't lift that. This baby was in good hands. I still felt enormous guilt. And so I'm thinking, let her have some damn fun, please.
Yes.
To raggedy ass.
That's
and
what
I said it.
Just let her get out of the house and do her for a minute.
And the baby's only about just about to be, they gave birth in February.
Okay.
So just right under 6 months.
I knew he was little, but I didn't know how little.
Just let her.
Just the whole thing. And we were trying to like you, Darius.
I really was. I was pro
But
him.
now you're kind of getting on my list. And I got a list.
Lisa does.
Tom Brady, Dwayne Wade.
Please don't move. Please don't. Don't get on that list.
You move in there.
I'm going to say this. Direction. I really do believe in let your apology be as bold as your diss. I stand by that. And so for him to delete all of his social media.
Oh yes, y'all did y'all know that? He deleted everything's gone.
Yeah.
So
now see, you was big and bad, but then you just deleted everything.
Which you should have apologized.
Where
take a private conversation
public.
You should
keep the shit public. And what you should have done, this is Ask Your Black Mama, because I'm still older than both of y'all. What you should have done was said, hey, I'm going to disable my comments. I need to spend some time away from this, whatever. That's all you had to say. And then you could have taken your time. Since you like to broadcast shit, that's what I'm saying. Since you like to say stuff aloud, then that's all you had to do.
What possessed him? I just want to know, why did you feel the need to do that publicly?
We've discussed this before on the show. I'm going to see if I can remember what episode. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube, I will try to post what episode it was. But communication is really key. Because when people go do this kind of stuff, you either within yourself or within the two-way street of communication with your spouse, you don't feel like you can tell them. You went to the internet for support. You posted this thinking folks was going to side with you.
Take your side.
And they did not. And then when they didn't, you was in your feelings. Because see, now you look stupid. You done messed up with your girl, with the mother of your child. Right. And now the internet ain't feeling you. And
but just think of how she felt. That's what I can't understand. Instead of validating her,
you downed her
and being the go-to guy that you're her person.
You're supposed to be.
You became a troll.
Yes.
You became one of those negative trolls.
And my gosh.
Look at you. How dare you? You look, I mean, he didn't say she looked bad. But you know how you hear.
But you should be telling her that
you said one thing, but I'm hearing something else. And I'm sure she went there in her mind, like, wow.
Well, and now, the internet, as my husband and I say in our house, the internet is undefeated. It's undefeated. Baby, there are some Instagram investigators that could find Thomas Jefferson's tweets that never existed. Oh, baby, they dug up his stuff. And so then that's the other thing is you're using the word moral, you're saying my, and people were saying, oh, but when he posted with her half dressed, these are some of your most liked posts. So why was it okay to get all of this light there when it wasn't on the other side? Listen, she's going to see Usher. You old enough to know who Usher is. If she old enough to know who Usher is, and if Usher calls you,
at an Usher concert, right.
But that goes to your insecurity, does it not?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was his feelings.
Yes,
which your feelings are your feelings. They're neither right nor wrong, and it was okay. Well, I don't know if okay is the right word. It is what it is. If you were jealous, if you felt some kind of way about her looking a certain way in the presence of another guy, that conversation should have been had in private.
Yes.
So you were, you're entitled to your feelings.
Yes.
If that's how you felt. But you should have just called her and still cleaned it up. It still shouldn't have been this ugly, even in private.
Yes.
But you could have said, wow, you looked great, but I'm feeling some kind of way about you looking great with another guy.
That's it.
And that's, and that would have got your point across. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure she would have received it
a lot better
in a right way. Like he's kind of jealous, which we like a little jealousy. We kind of do. We don't want you just disregarding and being apathetic with how we look.
That's true.
So, I mean, no, we don't want you doing nothing about it, acting a fool. But you want them to feel a little something, something. So I think she would have received it in a good way. She would have felt validated, like, wow, I look great. I look good. Yeah. My man thinks I look good.
I look so good, you worry someone else going to holler at me in the street.
So it would have been a win-win for you.
Yes.
If you had called.
Y'all think we're playing. I'm at open askyourblackmama.com.
Right? If you had done that, we would have coached you and told you. But the way you did it, she mad at you.
I'm mad at you.
I'm mad at you. And you just had a major F up.
Major. And then, now I'm just going to say this. You have a young son. What do you look like having the audacity to shame his mama? Now think about that. Because that's one thing, when you were growing up, when I was growing up, I'm so glad my stupidity was never posted because see, I'm just old enough that it wasn't no Facebook. It wasn't no,
right.
I think MySpace might have came out when I was in college.
We had no internet. So
right. But we were still dialing up that,
right. Our stuff was not
But
public.
So much of this, and we've discussed this before with Kanye and Kim, just how difficult that is to keep that from your kids because you deleted your social media profile, but baby, this is alive and well. It doesn't go away.
Somebody's got it. Somebody's blogging
I got a
talking
screenshot
about
on my phone.
It's
Yes.
it's going nowhere.
It exists. Yeah.
And the thing, I went back in KeKe's thing, and she had a cute little video where she was dancing when she was pregnant, and it looked like her underwear, a bra and panties. Now, I don't think it was a swimsuit. It might have been. Either way, just imagine
it was a
bikini, two-piece,
right.
whatever.
Ensemble.
No cover up. And she's just dancing. Now, that was way more revealing than what she wore. Now, I don't know.
I think he was having an insecure moment. And genuinely, this is where you need to have friends that can tell you something. You need to have a relationship with somebody who's going to say, look, man, don't you post that. Just, man, look, let's just give it a minute.
AskYourBlackMama.com. We would have told you. Because
we
don't take
I would have said, if you like her, I wouldn't
take a breath.
I wouldn't post that. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah. It was just a bad look. And I mean, I'm rooting for them. I don't know. I don't know if this is, but KeKe's making money on this because she's got a t-shirt.
Y'all.
Something about mother, whatever he said.
Whatever he said, she made a mockery
because
of
she
it.
came back and had a picture of her and the baby, right? And she said, I'm a mother.
Yes.
What did it actually say?
Oh,
I can't quote. It's something, I'm a mother. But
that's what the shirt says, is I'm a mother. Mother. The way KeKe would say it.
Yes. So she came back and kind of
snarkied it up. Yeah.
And recouped from it. So hopefully they're okay. Hopefully he's cleaned that up and explained and apologized with some jewelry and flowers and some stuff.
No, get your shit together.
Right.
I want you to get a whole bunch of followers and keep that same energy. Now y'all have to understand me. You're going to get more followers than you had. And then you are going to put out there, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking that day.
Just lost my mind.
I lost my mind for a second.
He could have said, I'm with the baby and I haven't had any sleep. And I'm just crazed and out of my mind and said the wrong thing. That's what I need to hear. And don't delete anything. Just come back and say it.
Yes.
Just come back and say it.
And, you know what? Now I'm going to show my age a little bit here. And I'm okay with getting older. I'm completely okay with it.
Well, considering the alternative, I mean.
Well, no, but some people, they want to be a certain age forever. Yeah, listen, I'm trying to be getting it with the blue pill at 95. You hear me? I'm happy to grow old. And something that's wrong with this whole social media situation is that, number one, you're seeking validation outside of your spouse. But really you were projecting, because that's why you mentioned having their booty cheeks out for other people. Because see, when booty cheeks were out on your page, you were okay. So you're projecting that onto her when really you posted to seek validation. I miss the day and age where men and women just talk to one another. I really do.
And the fallacy is that men think that women dress for other men. We don't.
We don't, baby.
We dress for each other.
I got these titties
and we
out
dress for your significant
Tabitha
other.
Brown talked about that. Do you remember that interview she had? Tab and Chance, they do their little thing. And she said that when she got sick, this is years ago, that's what prompted her to become vegan. She used to always wear heels. And she always wore heels, and she said when she got sick, she started falling and she had a very dangerous fall and she had to stop wearing heels. And that's all she had ever worn. That's all Chance, her husband, had known. And she said it just broke her to wear tennis shoes. And so she had to kind of revamp her style to include tennis shoes. And she came to him one day. She's like, well, how do you think this looks? And she said, I'm really fishing for him to say, you look as bad as you look in them heels.
Right.
And so they had to have a conversation within each other. And he had told her, he's like, I don't care if you show up in a trash bag with some duct tape shoes on, you fine to me, and that's what she needed, was that validation of, I can't wear the heel. She wasn't wearing heels for nobody else. She was wearing heels for him and for herself.
Right. That's the thing. And that's what hurt me for KeKe.
Yes.
Because
maybe she wore that outfit because she knew she looked good.
And she was with her girls, and it's really for them. Like, I want to look good. My girls look good. We think we look good. She didn't care about Usher.
Her friends may not have
Usher's baby.
No.
So she was, even though you were not there, she is seeking your validation. So if you had said, wow, You look amazing.
Yes.
That would have went so far. And even if you said, you look amazing, and I'm feeling a certain way about you looking amazing with Usher.
Husband, I asked him, kind of what he thought, of course. And he was like, all he had to say, girl, you got them things, but don't be giving nobody my cakes now. You need to cover them yams. Can't be for everybody. And I died laughing because it was such a sexy, validating way to say, cover that ass up.
Right.
That's really what Cedric said, y'all. He just was like, now you ain't gonna be sharing my yams with nobody. Them cakes is mine. That's it. That's all it took. And I hope for his sake that this is truly a growing moment because I want KeKe happy. I love me some Keke
they're
Palmer.
Young, so he's thinking that she's doing that for Usher.
No,
she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
We're not.
Women don't even do that.
It's each other.
Yes.
It's all about each other.
Yes.
And our one guy.
That's it.
Isn't our person.
That's it.
We want our person happy and we want our friends happy.
Let me tell you,
that's how women roll.
We show up, and if you guys follow us, we just had an episode with Stephanie, the diabetes maven, and we kind of just talked about, different snacks and stuff and what we've been doing. And Lisa and I have both been losing weight. We tell each other, girl, okay, I see some changes happening. I'm not out in these streets wanting anyone to notice me. And even if you did, I probably wouldn't notice because I'm juggling 3 kids. It's not my jam. That's right. But you know what? You're right. That's a young thing.
Right.
You
and she
think
was
she's
not giving that vibe at all.
No, and she was giving that old school with my girls, kind of singing, swaying.
Somebody had a cute
Lisa
thing about that
me.
That they posted, like, these young people don't know anything about slow dancing. We used to slow dance and all the dances and things. It's not sensual. It's really not. It's not sexual. You're right. Yes. It's just a thing. And that's kind of what they were doing. She was smiling. She's a celebrity. That's what they do. She wasn't feeling Usher. Not like that.
Her girls are hyping her up because they're not, they're not famous that I know of. And I'm thinking
maybe they've had kids, so they know what it takes to get back.
And if they haven't had kids, you're thinking, oh, thank God, I still fit.
She feels good.
She feels good because they were just fangirling, just screaming. You're
having fun with Usher. That's what we do at concerts. It's
if
not
y'all see me in a shirt that say I'm a mother, just know I got it off Keke Palmer's website. It's Shop Keke Palmer. I've already looked it up. They have my size. Shop.KekePalmer.com.
And AskYourBlackMama.com next time.
Baby. Y'all think we're playing.
Just email us. We will save you so much heartache, y'all.
So much. Like I said, I want KeKe happy and in a healthy relationship.
Yes.
So I hope that he grew from this. Now, I know it might sound like I was ragging on him. I'm gonna tell you, I was young and dumb at one point too.
I'm trying to give him a pass. I'm not
doing that. A little bit.
You made a mistake, but I better see some changes.
Baby.
Or you're on my list.
That's it.
You're on the list.
And you don't trust me when I tell you don't want to get on Lisa's list.
Don't. Up next, our picks for the sexiest man alive this week. But first, a message from our sponsor.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. Okay. I'm doing good. Are you?
Oh, yes.
You still on a roll?
Not an athlete.
Oh.
I know. I'm doing good. So y'all, genuinely, I had a crush on him as a kid, and my parents were like, why? He's way too old for you. But just some of his interviews, I love him. I'm going to go with Steve Harvey.
Oh, we love Steve.
Steve Harvey, he is zaddy for me. He going to tell the truth. He did an interview recently that Lisa shared with me, a snippet, and it really was on time. It was referencing the kind of the Dwayne Wade situation and the mine and all that. And he was just like,
what you bring to the table.
He's like, what the hell do you mean, man? You're bringing someone who can birth another you. That's it. If they don't bring nothing else, they brought everything. And he just said, I miss it when men had the mindset or the fortitude. This is your job, and it's your blessing to be able to take care of your wife and your kids.
He's old school.
He is.
But we love that.
My husband is old school, and that's really has a lot to do.
We love that. And we love, yes. I follow both Steve and his wife.
Marjorie.
Marjorie.
Sorry.
On online.
Yeah.
And they have such a loving relationship, and he's so great. And he tells you in a minute he's grown so much, because he had some previous relationships that didn't work out, but he's found the love of his life now. You know, we love second chances, third chance, whatever, however many chances it takes.
Yes.
He's found the love of his life, and they're so happy together, and they've got the kids and the grandkids, and I love seeing that. I love seeing that. Too. So they are relationship goals.
They are.
They really are.
And I'm younger than Lisa, but I am of the mindset that I do so much for us. If I have to beg you to take care of me, I'm fucking gone, because I can do bad all by myself.
Right.
Now I'm Tina Turner, and that call me anime. What we say
is about the want to.
It's about the want to.
It's the want to.
Yes.
You better want to.
Now,
least.
who you sexing up this week? Who do we have?
I'm picking Jake
Gyllenhaal?
Tapper.
Oh, sorry.
No, I couldn't read my writing.
Oh.
You know, the CNN anchor, and recently Kristen Bell posted a picture where they were having a party and all the celebrities were there. He was there with his wife. But if you watch CNN, he's on there, and I love him, and he's very handsome and very logical and sane. So I just enjoy his commentary, but he's very handsome. I like him. And so when I saw him, I thought, I forgot about him. He's kind of cute. He's getting maybe age appropriate. I don't know how old he is.
I think he's age appropriate.
Might be.
He's right between the two of us.
Maybe
that works.
A little young, but not overly.
That's okay.
Not cradle robbing.
No. Yeah. And you've dipped low a few times.
A few times. I got out my lane, but I'm headed in the right direction.
You are this time. Okay, loves. Thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you're listening, and remember to leave a review. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.
Part of the Boundless Audio Podcast Network.